we continue our program. We have in our midst Revered Swami Divyanji Maharaj, Trustee of the Ramakrishna Mutt, Belur Mutt, and the Secretary of the Ramakrishna Mission Sharda Peeth, Belur Mutt. He will now speak on introductory address with special reference to Bhubaneswar Mutt.
आचार्यानां महाचार्यो रामकृष्णाय ते नमः यथाग्नेर्दाहिका शक्ति रामकृष्णे स्थिता हि या सर्वविद्या स्वरूपां तां शारदां प्रणमाम्यहम् परतत्वे सदालीन रामकृष्ण समाज्ञया यो धर्मस्थापनरतो वीरेशं तं नमाम्यहम् कालिंदी फुल्लकमले माधवेन क्रीडारत ब्रह्मानन्दं नमस्तुभ्यं सद्गुरु लोकनायक योगानंद प्रेमानंद चान्ये जे वै च पार्षदा रामकृष्णगत प्राणां सर्वांस्तां प्रणमाम्यहम् Most revered Srimad Swami Bhagishananda Ji Maharaj, Vice President Ramakrishna Mutt and Ramakrishna Mission, and President of this session, Sri Naveen Patnaik Ji, Honorable Chief Minister, Government of Odisha, who just now for his busy schedule left the stage, Sri Ashok Chandra Panda, Honorable Minister of Government of Odisha, Swami Atma Prabhananda Ji, Adhyaksha Ramakrishna Mutt, Bhubaneswar, Mr. Bagchi, retired Chief Secretary, Government of Odisha, and other revered Swamijis in the audience, and dear devotees. It fills my heart with great joy to be present here today to deliver the introductory address at the centenary celebrations of this mutt. 100 years ago, this magnificent center of the Ramakrishna Mutt and Ramakrishna Mission was founded. Any institution which survives 100 years is worthy of our respect and attention. But what makes Bhubaneswar Mutt special is that it was founded by none other than Swami Brahmananda Ji Maharaj, the first president of Ramakrishna Mutt and Ramakrishna Mission, the Manasaputra of Sri Ramakrishna, the Avatar Varishta. It would be an understatement to say that he founded this mutt. Everything you see here, the rooms, the buildings, even the compound wall, the flowering plants and trees, everything sprang up from his mind, a mind that was steeped in samadhi. We find institutions designed and created by very able people, by expert minds all over the world. We might not find one more institution like this, which has been created in such a mind, which was always immersed in God. For a long time, in our nation's great history, we had lost the ability to build and sustain institutions. We are a great civilization with an unbroken history of at least 5,000 years. Yet, we do not have a single institution that is more than 250 or 300 years old. Of course, we do have religious institutions, the temples and the ashramas, which date back to 15 or 20 centuries. But what about other institutions? None of our social, political, financial, or educational institutions have lasted that long. Why is that so? Somewhere down the time in our long history, we lost the ability to work as a team. We lost the ability to contribute to anything other than ourselves and our families. We lost connection with the society. Did not we have grand institutions in India? Of course, we did. India has always been a great nation with great institutions, but we forgot how to protect and sustain anything beyond oneself and one's family. With the advent of Sri Ramakrishna, this tide has changed. Once again, grand institutions will come up and will be sustained for hundreds of years, providing immense benefits to society. It is against this background that the centenary celebration of this Bhubaneswar Mutt is important. Once Holy Mother, Sri Sharada Devi, observed that Bhubaneswar was a deeply spiritual place, which was ideal for being a receptacle for the tremendous spiritual power unleashed by Sri Ramakrishna. Swami Brahmanandaji knew this estimation of this place made by Holy Mother. Later, during his many visits to Puri, he himself realized the truth of Holy Mother's observation. In fact, he himself used to say that Bhubaneswar is Gupta Kashi. It is as holy as Kashi, by far the holiest place in India. Naturally, he decided that he would build a mott here. We must remember that at that time, Bhubaneswar was just a small village, and Cuttack was the hub of all activities, cultural, financial, and political. Bhubaneswar became the capital city of Odisha state only in 1949, when Sri Hari Krishna Mahatab, the then Chief Minister of Odisha, inaugurated the capital city in Bhubaneswar. Tears rolled upon his eyes as he recalled the prophetic words of Swami Brahmanandaji, Raja Maharaj. What had happened was something like this. Sometime in 1919 or 1920, when Sri Hari Krishna was a small boy, he frequently visited Bhubaneswar mott and used to meet Raja Maharaj or Swami Brahmanandaji. Once he asked him, Maharaj, why have you built a mott here in this small village? Raja Maharaj had replied, just wait. In the near future, Bhubaneswar will no longer be a village, but will be the center of all activities in Odisha. And you will have a great role to play in Odisha's future. The Chief Minister remembered those words during the inauguration ceremony of the capital city on 19th August 1949. I am mentioning this incident because the growth and development of Odisha and Bhubaneswar is closely connected with the tremendous spiritual power that came in the form of Sri Ramakrishna, the great master. Of all the direct disciples of Sri Ramakrishna, Swami Brahmanandaji was considered to be second only to Swami Vivekananda in terms of spiritual achievements. He remained president of Ramakrishna Mutt and Ramakrishna Mission for over 20 years and captained the nascent organization using not just his phenomenal administrative abilities, but also with his incredible spiritual power. Thus, while he established a new mott in Bhubaneswar, just as any president of an organization would do, he chose this place for its uncommon spiritual efficacy. He envisaged that this mott would become a place where monks of Ramakrishna order would spend time in spiritual practices in between their multifarious missionary activities. Today, in the technology-driven modern world, there is hardly anyone who can appreciate the value of such a place where we can spend some time alone with God, away from all responsibilities. Swami Brahmanandaji, however, knew the value of such a hideaway and established this mott to fulfill that need of spiritual aspirants. But how many spiritual aspirants do you find at any time, given time, in the world? Most people are not serious spiritual aspirants, but are good people tending towards spirituality with lot of unfulfilled social needs. Therefore, along with establishing a hideaway for serious spiritual aspirants, Swami Brahmanandaji simultaneously initiated a series of socially productive service activities from this mott, which have sustained and grown over the last 100 years. I am not sure I am able to help you all appreciate the value of this Bhubaneswar mott. If this mott were just one more center dedicated to spiritual practice of a handful of monks, where is its speciality? We do not have a dearth of such places in our country. We have many such places, even right here in Odisha, Puri for instance. But here in Ramakrishna Mutt, Bhubaneswar, we have a unique type of institution where the distinction between spiritual practice and socially productive activity has been obliterated. Swami Brahmanandaji himself obliterated this distinction and initiated all the activities of this center. And we are celebrating 100 years of sustaining this new form of activity. You may call it spiritual activity or social activity, as you like. We have always had a philosophy in India in the form of Advaita Vedanta, which says that the distinction between spiritual activity and social activity is a fiction. But what we lacked was an institution which actualized this philosophic vision. And Swami Brahmanandaji built an institution here which actualized that supreme vision. And we are celebrating 100 years of its existence today. Stalwarts of Ramakrishna order of monks have successively headed this center and strengthened the traditions initiated by Raja Maharaj. Stalwarts like Swami Shankaranandaji, Swami Nirvedanandaji, Swami Apurbanandaji, Swami Abjajanandaji, Stutyanandaji, Shiveshwaranandaji are the examples. We have to recall their invaluable contribution to this center. This is one of the few centers, apart from Belur Math, where sannyasa and brahmacharya have been given by Swami Brahmanandaji and Swami Shivanandaji. Almost all the revered president and vice presidents of this holy order of monks have some personal association with this center. Equally important is the deep spiritual association of Swami Shivananda, Swami Vijnanananda, Swami Sharadananda with this mott, which have been already spoken by Atma Prabhanandaji. It won't be an exaggeration to say that every single spirituality evolved soul in this most holy order has been in some way or the other associated with this mott. The position of Bhubaneswar Math is thus unique in the history of the Ramakrishna movement. With the upgradation of Bhubaneswar as the capital city of the state of Odisha, this city became the hub of intense cultural, educational, social, political, and financial activities in the eastern part of India, second only to Kolkata in its strategic importance. Naturally, all the leaders of society, social, political, or industrial, national, or regional, who came to Bhubaneswar have visited this mott. If the stones and trees of this mott could talk, you would hear the entire history of Odisha's development, since all people who have contributed to its modern history have passed through this campus sometime or the other. I wish to reiterate once again that I feel immensely blessed to be a part of this centenary celebration, especially as a representative of Belur Math. My own personal association with this mott has crossed about 40 years. For this long period, I have come here on Kali Puja every year, and now I am doing the work of Tantradharaka in the Kali Puja in this mott. Let me narrate a very beautiful incident in the history of this Bhubaneswar Math. It is written in the reminiscence of some devotees. Raja Maharaj regarded Bhubaneswar Math as Tapovana. Math building was like a grand palace, but the construction cost was hardly between 5,000 and 6,000 rupees at that time. Raja Maharaj made adequate arrangement for a permanent source of income for Bhubaneswar Math. He dreamt for that, he worked for that. There was an expert mason, this is very important, named Bhagavan, who worked for the construction of the Math from beginning to the end during the period of Raja Maharaj. He worked hard with full devotion without caring for money. He was an expert in plastering work and he also knew carpentry work. Raja Maharaj highly appreciated his work, his craftsmanship, and his devotion to work, Maharaj awarded him a silver medal. And this Bhagavan Mistri Mason expressed his desire to become a monk. His request was granted by Raja Maharaj. Maharaj allowed him to stay at the mutt, and he became ultimately Swami Nitya Siddhananda Ji. He joined the order formally in 1924, got sannyasa in 1937, and expired in 1945. What we see in the life of Guru Maharaj, Sri Ramakrishna, Latu became Plato, Swami Adbhutananda, and this Mason also became a monk, Nitya Siddhananda, influenced by the holy ambience of this mott and the spiritual life of Raja Maharaj and other Swamijis of that time. Really, it is indeed a very good incident in the history of Bhubaneswar Mutt. To conclude, I pray to Sri Sri Thakur, Sri Sri Ma, Swamiji, and Raja Maharaj that their blessings be upon this mott and upon everyone associated with this mott for centuries to come. Many innumerable souls get benefited by the power flowing from this mott. With this prayer, I bring my lecture to an end. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.